Today we are discussing what went wrong at Merthyr Station. So if you watch this clip from Google Earth, you will see Merthyr Station is located approximately 20 miles from Cardiff Centre. Was pretty awful.
Hello lads. What's that? I am, I already spoke to the sergeant.
Yeah, I'm speaking to you now. Wait, what's the matter?
I'm just filming, I like filming the police cars going in.
Right.
They're interesting.
Well, that's good. But obviously,
Do they come out on flashing lights or?
They do sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
What's your name,
That's
sorry,
what I
mate?
want to get. I don't give my name out, sorry
You
mate.
do, because at the moment I suspect you could be committing offences. So you give me your name, I'll arrest you.
You'll arrest me?
Under the Terrorism Act. It's up to you. I'll ask you.
Do you want to
What's your
search
name?
me under the Terrorism
What's
Act?
your name?
Evidently, this officer thinks he can demand details from members of the public under the Terrorism Act. There is no such legislation that exists. Now, just under 2 months later, Auditing Wales was arrested by this same officer who, it's safe to say, didn't learn his lesson from the first time. This is Inspector 3878 Dean Gittos of South Wales Police, who has since been referred to the IOPC for his conduct during that recording. I'm sure, however, that they will allow him to keep his generous pension despite his despicable actions towards Auditing Wales. So what exactly went wrong? Well, we know for a fact that a memo was sent round South Wales Police regarding auditors and bloggers. Whether Dean Gittos chose to ignore that or not is another matter. However, regardless of whether he read the internal memo, guidance has been published by the National Police Chiefs Council, the NPCC, regarding auditors and bloggers and the powers and what to do when encountering them. Thus, I draw your attention to this quotation from the NPCC guidance, which says that Section 43 should only be used as a last resort and only when reasonable suspicion exists. So, let's examine whether Gittos actually had reasonable suspicion to arrest Auditing Wales under the Terrorism Act. There are many places in the recording, both before and after, that show that Gittos did not have reasonable suspicion to arrest Auditing Wales under the Terrorism Act. So Gittos firstly goes wrong before the arrest when he says to Auditing Wales that he knows he's allowed to film, but he's asking him why. Only a few seconds before he arrests him under terrorism legislation. This suggests that he knows what Auditing Wales is doing, such as auditing, filming, blogging, whatever you want to call it, and yet he arrests him under terrorism legislation only a few seconds later. After aggressively taking Auditing Wales into custody, Gittos can then be heard saying to one of his colleagues, "I'm sick of these people filming us." Now this suggests premeditation, because he is basically taking a personal vendetta out on photographers rather than following the letter of the law. The conversation with his colleague continues, in which he is heard saying that the bosses so far think that it's a joke, and that anyone he catches filming, he's not going to give them a second chance. So he's basically saying that if you go up to the station, you're going to get arrested, regardless of whether he has reasonable suspicion. So this also suggests premeditation. He continues to say that his bosses told him that they should have ignored, and that he's now got 36,000 people calling him shit on the internet. So this is another part of the recording in which he's basically admitting that he is butthurt because he received thousands of views from the previous video. There are many sections in this video which suggest this may not have been a legal arrest. However, we are going to skip to the end of the video in which he mentions to his colleagues that his dog is not well. Once again, he is bringing personal issues into work life, suggesting that his dog not being well is responsible for his disgusting and deplorable behaviour towards Auditing Wales. I'd like to think that Gittos does not treat his Rottweiler in the animalistic fashion that he thought was acceptable to treat Auditing Wales, alongside many other factors in this video, such as not identifying as a police officer whilst in plain clothes before the arrest, as well as calling his bosses spineless. In my opinion, this was a completely unlawful arrest, but we will leave that for the IOPC and professional standards to decide. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and more importantly, leave a comment with your opinion on these despicable events.